Namaste. Ashe, welcome. Welcome to Love Wins. I hope you're having a blessed and beautiful reality. Happy solstice. Happy solstice. If you're in the southern hemisphere, happy summer solstice. If you're in the northern hemisphere, like I am, happy winter solstice. So, I'm not exactly sure what's coming through, but there is a message coming through. As with always, take what resonates and leave the rest. I am an intuitive psychic. After so many years of gaslighting, over 10 years, a decade of gaslighting, to say that openly, you see how I pause? But I am. I'm an energy reader and energy worker. I have come to the understanding of my soul purpose and my galactic eternal self. I know thyself, right? And what this channel is, I created this channel as a space for spiritual warfare, because when you begin to go down the path of soul versus self, the path of soul, the narrow path, the way, it's under attack, right? Because this is a matrix of a reality. It is spiritual warfare, meaning that energy is truth. So if you're not in control of your energy, you're not in control of yourself. Therefore, your energy is being controlled by somebody that is the entity that is harvesting your energy. Thus, spiritual warfare. To wake up to this is to get control of your emotions, to know yourself, to know your heart, to know your intentions, to integrate your shadow self and your light self, and go within and ask all of the difficult questions, and then question those questions and seek the answers. The seeker who goes within finds thyself and knows thyself. And when you know thyself, you know God. Because the only way is God. You. Source. Unconditional love. Everything else is a distraction and a distortion and a simulation of the matrix designed to cause trauma, to break your heart, to fracture your mind, to wound your soul. That's how they keep you in prison, by wounding your soul. So you start to heal your soul, and then you're under attack. And if you're successful enough in healing your soul, for me the wound was love, self-love, worthy of love. To not be worthy of love. I had an aha moment. There's so many notes here. I never got the things I wanted, but I also never asked for what I wanted. Childhood wound. I was thinking about reflecting on the holiday that's like right around the corner, the make-believe holiday of Christmas. That is not Jesus's birthday. It's not. didn't happen that way. That's indoctrination. That's the false god that they want to give you, that you worship, that you idolize, but it's all materialistic for material gain. Because Jesus isn't blessing you if you're not financially stable, right? And if you're sacrificing in any way, it's for that gain that's going to come when your blessing comes in. That's indoctrination, guys. The only way out is in. You live in abundance. You live in abundance when you break away from the false illusion of abundance. Health is wealth. A healed heart. A healed heart. Light as a feather. A conscious mind. A life of purpose. Joy. That is abundance. To be walking a path of sovereignty with a mission, in alignment with the highest good of all. That is abundance. That is manifestation coming to reality. That is creating your reality. That is my life. And I'm so blessed to present my life in a way that if it can help one person do that for their life, then I have been the glitch that I came here to be. Because we're breaking out of the matrix. We're done playing matrix games. We're done getting our hearts broken to serve the system. We're tired of being victims of the system because we have beautiful hearts, beautiful minds, beautiful souls. And in the act of sharing that beautiful love is when the trauma happens. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Guys, Willow's in heat, as she is on round new moons all the time. And baby Kitty's just playful. But Willow wants to be touched, but not by baby Kitty. And she's being really mean to baby Kitty. His name is Mischief. He's just Prince in a new energy. Same Panther. Guys, stop. Let me get baby Kitty. Hold on. This is baby Kitty. You want to hear the purrs? So if you're here, if you're still here, if you're with me, you're here for the story. We're not in a rush. It is in the story where the wisdom is hidden, the seeds, the pearls. It's in the story, and it is up to you as the seeker, as the soul, as the seed. It's up to you to choose the wisdom, the path, the way, the healing, or the other pill, the blind eye, the wide path, the indoctrination, the cognitive dissonance. And you'll know which reality you're living based on the emotions you're feeling. What do you feel? Is this triggering you? Anger? Denial? Grief? Betrayal? Abandonment? What do you feel? What's coming up for you? Those things that are coming up for you are the things that need healing. And that's where you start. The abundance, the reward, the salvation is the healed heart, the freed mind, and the sovereign soul. That's it. These cats. I'm going to show you what these cats are doing. This is hilarious. My life. How's that song go? My life. Interesting life, right? We all have a story. We all have a story. This story is your testament. That's your testament. It's yours. And if you got through this darkness, living that story, and you were brave enough to heal those wounds, to go into that story, not to run from that story, not to sweep it under the rug, to face every single part, and accountability, and choose and decide to walk in integrity and own everything and heal everything and forgive everything. Bring love into all those dark spaces and understand and understand and overstand the lesson, the power in the pain. Understand the story that brought you to be who you are, came to be, to live this story, to tell this story, to heal these wounds. To heal these wounds. Because when you heal these wounds, you free your soul. And it's in the act of freedom, when you're living that freedom, where you can make any difference for the highest good of all. You have to heal you first, and that healed version of you turns that little fire, that flame in your heart, that fire they can't put out. They've tried so hard to put out, but they can't put that flame out. They haven't been able to. Because that seed, that flame, that eternal flame, it's lit by the Most High. And only you can put it out. Only you can put it out. So they try to take you out. They try to weaken you to a state where you'll take yourself out. But you don't. You don't. Because now that flame that you carried, that you held on to, that you didn't let go of, that you didn't let them take, it's a torch. It's a beacon. It's a lighthouse. You know the way. You found the way. You're walking the path. And now others can follow. Because they have something to follow. No one's going to follow you when you're on your way out. No one's going to follow you while you're healing. Because you're doing something that they're afraid to do. You're doing something so brave, so bold, so courageous. Other people are afraid to do that. They'll ridicule you. They'll laugh at you while you're doing it. And you'll become alienated, but that alienation is necessary. Because that's when you get really quiet and you can actually hear yourself, when all their voices and all their projections are gone. That's why they say no contact is best for an abuser, a gaslighter, a narcissist. Because when they get into your energetic field, that's when they have access to you. It's when you step away and you don't hear the lies of their projections, their voices, their gaslighting, that the healing starts to happen. Because you're building that relationship with self. And the strength is coming from knowing who you are. Are you guys getting the message? So I did have one little story I wanted to share. Hunter kitchen fire lesson. So yesterday, now the kitchen is its atrocious self again because I didn't do dishes yesterday. I just left them with their own dishes, and their own dishes have turned into a mountain that I will do today because I'm making my mom a clam chowder. And my clam chowder is amazing. And my nephew was making a grilled cheese yesterday, and he almost caught the house on fire. And his eyes were like this look of fear as he was smoking away the smoke, and he had the doors open, and he was like trying really quick to explain himself, like what happened and how it wasn't his fault, but this is what happened, because he was like afraid he was about to get yelled at. Because that's like the pattern. That's like what people do in my family. Everyone screams at everybody. Everybody blames everybody. Everybody's always fucking up, and nobody has any common sense or has the ability to be accountable for anything that they've done, because as soon as something happens, it's someone else's fault. Because everyone's just afraid, right? Everyone's just hurt people. This is generational trauma. It's in my family. It's in your family. This is what we came here to break. So, hold on, pause. So I say to him, I said, I'm not going to yell at you for something you didn't know that you were doing wrong, right? I'm not going to yell at you for what you didn't know. That's how accidents happen, and that's also how we learn. But I'm going to explain something to you. I said, you see how I live the world like everyone's out to get me? But it's like the world is out to get you. Like, let's just say life is a simulation, and you're playing a game, and it's a simulation, and staying alive. You're not going to walk on my laptop. Staying alive is the goal, right? You got to get to the end of the level. You got to be the last boss. And that's how we do this, right? The Matrix games. So I was like, if I were cooking, knowing that this Matrix is trying to take me out, before I prepared a meal, I would inspect everything I'm working with, right? I'm going in knowing something could happen. There could be some kind of a tragedy. Somebody left something on, somebody messed something up, because everybody is unconscious. NPCs, meaning if they're in low vibrational energy, even if that is, they're in their own head. They're in their own head. They're not conscious. Right? That's how this kitchen gets like this every single day. They're just in their own head, doing their own things, and they're not taking accountability for the mess that they're making in the process. And it's a whole blame game happening, a victim mentality, right? Cycles we're not living anymore. But so I'm explaining to the nephew what I would do. First of all, before I bake anything, before I preheat the oven, I open up the oven door and I look inside and make sure there's not a pizza box in the oven. And his eyes go. And then I'm like, then if I'm going to use the stove, we have a glass top stove. So if there's oil on the stove, that's a fire hazard. I always wipe the stove, clean my surface before I use it, right? And he's like, yeah. And I said, and then I check the bottom of the pan, because in this house, you never know. That pan could have been sitting in the same oil that fried those potatoes right on top of it. Just because the inside of the pan's clean, it doesn't mean the bottom of the pan's clean. I was like, you got it? I was like, you know, you gotta have a good defense and an offense. But like, if you go in and check your surroundings, you wouldn't go into a battle without checking the surroundings, right? If you were playing a video game, you would know where the snipers were. You would know, like, you would observe the room. Same thing in the kitchen. Same thing in the kitchen. Every single level is a battlefield. It's a reality. And something is going to happen to you, because you cannot control the things that happen to you. You are in an environment of external forces. You can only control your reaction to what happens. How do you react to what happens? But you stay present in the game. You be aware in the game. You protect your energy in the game. And you make conscious decisions in the game. So, happy solstice to you. I'm going to leave you guys with some moonology, because we are in the new moon. Yesterday was the new moon. Let's see if anything wants to come through, where this is going to go, or if this message is going to end with a message. Ooh. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse on the new moon, day before the solstice. How beautiful is it to end with that at 22:22 on my timer? Love wins. You are love. You win when you choose you. Go into your heart, heal it all. Stay present. Stay present, because you've already done the hardest part, right? Protect your energy. Do the things you love. Enjoy your day. Your laughter is your abundance. You've earned it. Don't let them take it from you. Don't let them take your heart. Don't let them take your joy. And don't let them take your mind. I'm going to let the kitties end this for you. Love wins. I love you.